Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beer Reviews. Up for review tonight, roll my sleeves up, we have got a beer by one of my favourite brewers. This is Omnipollo / Siren / Rick Gordon Lindqvist's Näcken. This is a Hopfenweiss, so an extremely hoppy Weiss beer. You know, I don't really try a huge amount of Weiss beers. They don't tend to be my favourite in terms of style, but as always, Omnipollo guys have amazing artwork. The bottle looks really fantastic, and I do like the beers. Contrary to quite a few, a couple of reviews I've done on camera, I really enjoy the vast majority of their beers. This is a 6.4% there as well, just so you know. Right, so let's crack it on open and give it a try. It's got the Siren bottle cap on, just so you know. Oi. Ooh, failing miserably. There we go, decapped. There was a nice bit of steam coming off the top of it. I'll pour it on out. So, because it's a Weiss beer, I'm expecting it to be pretty cloudy. Ooh, but it's a little bit darker than normal Weiss beer in terms of colour. Oh, lots of carbonation in it as well, which is always a good thing with Weiss beer. So, it is a little bit darker. This is more like an apricot colour. Usually, I'm used to Weissens being pretty much straw colour. This one's clearly got some kind of caramelised malt in it as well. Or, I don't know if you can caramelise wheat actually, but it's got some sort of caramel malt in it, and it's giving it a nice little twinge of apricot in terms of colour. Fantastic head on it as well. You can see just from me doing that. You can see how it's lacing on the side of the glass without, it's not going, you know, it's sticking really well. Looks beautiful. So let's get a nose on it. Oh, heck almighty, that is good. Wow, it's super intense grapefruit flavour smell right there. Wowzers. Really is like a kick in the nose, that. Oh, there's like wonderful pineapple in it too. I'm talking super sweet and almost acidic sort of citrus smell. So like grapefruit, you know, it's got that sour bitterness, but that sweetness and fruitiness, and pineapple's the same, that sort of acidic but super sweet smell. That is coming through in abundance. Oh, it's got a little bit of mango, papaya or something. Passion fruit, actually. Passion fruit is another good one of those. It's that floral elderflower sort of flavour. But I also find it a little bit pithy and a little bit bitter as well. In fact, passion fruit's a really good explanation for this. You could have just got a passion fruit and squeezed it from my face. Let's put it that way. It does smell ridiculously hoppy. Again, it's a wheat beer, so I'm not getting a huge amount of the cloves or banana-y sort of flavours you usually would get. Although I guess it's getting mixed in with a melange of other sort of aromas. But good lord, good golly Miss Molly, this really does smell pretty damn good. So cheers everyone. Nice medium body, tons of carbonation. It's very effervescent, very fizzy indeed. Initially across the palate, I'm getting quite spicy, prickly malt, and banana-y, and a little bit floral too. And then it just ebbs and flows into the sort of the hoppy flavours that I was talking about, those passion fruits and the pineapples, and in particular, in a massive sense, I'm getting a lot of flora, a very flowery taste in this. But again, in a very good way. It's almost like a good bouquet of flowers. It's coming across really nice, and I think it complements the banana-y, spicy, wheaty flavours at the beginning. It's got nice distinct bitterness as well, which is unusual for the style. They're usually very easy drinking, very low bitterness, but I'm getting quite, I guess one could call it almost sudsy bitterness. It's just across the back of the tongue. It's not the usual biting bitterness in the middle of the tongue that I normally get. It's almost like on the sides of the tongue, which is a bit unusual, but it's interesting. But I quite like the mix. I do quite like the mix. Other Hopfenweissens that I've tried, like Mein Hopfenweissen, and which is by Schneider, and the other one that I've tried, which completely eliminates my mind, but I think it was York Beer Fest where I tried that one with the guys from Bad Seed. Failed very, very, very miserably. They didn't particularly smell like... No, they smelled very hoppy, but it didn't come across on the palate, if I remember rightly, or maybe it was the other way around. But they lacked in something, in some areas. This one doesn't seem to. It has an absolutely fantastic aroma. It really does smell gorgeous. Pardon me. And then also I think the flavours kind of melange quite well. The only possible potential downside is it's not particularly a full-on brutal assault of flavour. It's 6.4%, so I think maybe the flavours be a little bit more concentrated, or perhaps it's not as... It just seems very, very delicate and soft on the palate, when at a higher percentage I thought it might have a little bit more kick, but that's a very minor point. I do quite like this, I really do. I'm not a humongous fan of Weiss beers, or should I say I haven't tried many Weiss beers, Hefeweizen beers or such, but it's certainly an area I'd like to move into, just like I like moving into the area of sours. So in terms of rating, I think I'm going to give this an 8.5. I do like it, I really do. Just a couple of things, it just lacks a little bit of punch. The Stu from my homebrew club, whenever we do a beer that just lacks a little bit of punch, is like, if I was a cook, I'd season it a bit, put a bit of salt on it. So this is a beer that needs perhaps a little bit of salt. That wouldn't work. But it's very nice. I do like it. Well done, Siren and Omnipollo, and sorry, I've forgotten your name, Rick Gordon Lindqvist, you Swedish homebrewing champion. You're very good beer, I must say, and it's to be produced on a commercial scale with Siren and Omnipollo takes a mean feat. So this beverage is to you, sir. Congratulations, well done. Please like, favourite, comment and subscribe. Until the next beer review, cheers.